So actually, what's going on? I know I didn't say anything in the first part of the video. Looks like a minute. Yeah. So how you guys doing? It's been a long time since I made a video like this. A long time ago, way back in 2007, I did a trek to American Idol. Right now, I'm actually I'm doing something that I said I wouldn't do. Actually, I said I would not audition for American Idol again, and here I am. American Idol, I still tell people all the time, American Idol is an experience. It's I've done it now. I've auditioned 6 times in the last 9 years. Starting in 2002, I was 17 years old and I auditioned for American Idol the first time. And that was in Atlanta. It was a crazy experience. I got there the night before the audition, and actually what happened was I went there with my father, and he, waited in line with me. My father and actually my brother, shout out to Wade, he was there with me. And I waited in the line. And back then, there was no registration, beforehand. You got there, and they gave you a number, or a sticky number thing. And basically, I'm saying a lot. Basically, that number was your place in line for the day. They would take you as you came. It was in like a big open room with like closed off rooms and curtains, and you came in to audition as soon as you got to the building pretty much. So the wait time was god awfully long. I was there, it seemed like forever. I sang my songs. I did 2. They asked me to do 2 songs, and they told me I wasn't what they were looking for. Again in 2005, I believe, I came back to American Idol because American Idol came to Greensboro. The year before, Fantasia, Marina, I'm sure everybody knows who that is. She was the American Idol, and so I think due to her, they decided to come to this small town, Greensboro, North Carolina, and do the audition. So I did it there. I sang my 2 songs. Again, they said, I wasn't what they were looking for at the time. I told myself that, maybe I should have done a different second song. And maybe, I just didn't give them enough variety or another song that, showcased my voice very well. And so, from there, I talked to my family. And my uncle actually bought me a plane ticket to Las Vegas. And I stayed with my cousin there who took me. Oh, yeah, by the way, the audition process changed at this point. And the reason why I brought that up is because every time I do it, the audition process changes, which is a good thing, I think. I think that what they do is that they learn from the mistakes or from, whatever happened the last time they had the audition. And then when they do it again, they try to make it a little bit better. And it's probably never going to be perfect. I don't even know how many seasons they're going to do of American Idol. But at this point, this is what they're doing. So at this point, they let you come in early and get the wristband. That was the first time I saw the wristbands. I don't know when they first started doing the wristbands in American Idol. It could have been, 2003. I don't know. I didn't audition until 2005. So, I got my wristband a couple of days before, and then I got in line, and actually I lined up with my friends. And the way they did it then was, it's in Greensboro now. I lined up with my friends in Greensboro, and because we lined up together, we all auditioned together, which was, it was kind of cool. At the same time, it kind of put us against each other, which is something that we definitely didn't anticipate. And then also, me and one of my friends decided we were going to sing the same song. Shout out to my boy. He is CJ on Twitter. He is CJ. He's also on Facebook, and he's on YouTube. Yeah, so look him up. Anyway, so yeah, we had to sing against each other or whatever, and we were thinking about doing the same song. CJ actually went before me, so he sang the song that I was going to do. Which I guess, it kind of worked out because the way they did it at that time was that they had like 4 people come up, and they would tell the other people to leave if they didn't like the song or whatever. So they asked me to sing a second song, and so I did. I did like "Incomplete" by Cisco or something like that. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't all that. It was spur of the moment. I hadn't really rehearsed how I was going to sing it or how I wanted to sing it. I didn't really think about it, but I was just a really big Cisco and Drew Hill fan. Still am. Anyway. Yeah, so that's what happened in Greensboro. In Las Vegas, I went, it was the same kind of deal, and I actually went in, I sang my songs, I did a different second song this time, and I made it past the first round, which was awesome. I had like a really wonderful high about the whole experience. Sorry, my nose is itching. I had this really wonderful high about the whole experience, and I was like, wow, I made it past the first round. They took it, they gave us like a little ticket. It wasn't, the big golden ticket or whatever, because, that's when you go to see Simon and Paula and all of them at the time, because they were the judges. Of course, they're not the judges anymore. So, yeah. But, I went in there and I was like, yeah, I was like, I made it past the first round. I was like, I got this. So, they had us sit in this room where we were waiting, and then they told us we had to learn like another song. We had to learn. They gave everybody the same song, and our song that day was "I Will Survive" by Gloria Raymond. I didn't survive at all. It's a wonderful song. I learned to appreciate it later. But at the time, I was like, I don't know this song. Can I listen to it? They didn't play it for us. Only way I learned it was because I think if they did play it, I'm not gonna say they didn't play it. If they played it, I don't remember them playing it. And the only reason why I learned it is because there were other people singing it in the room, and I was just like, okay, I'm listening to how they sing it, and I want to try to work it out, so I went in there, and no, not yet. They asked us our story, which is actually brings me to what I'm doing right now. This right here is paper for what's your story. I'm not gonna hold it up for too long. Of course, if you want to try to pause it and zoom in or something, you can see what I wrote. Yeah, that was my attempt at doing a freeze frame. So yeah, it's not a freeze frame. It's not a freeze frame. My head moves too much. Anyway, so what time is it? I don't even know what time it is right now. I was about to looking for my iPhone, and I'm recording on my iPhone right now. So anyway, they asked me what my story was, and I was just like, well, I'm in college, and I like to sing, and I think my story was very boring, and I do, I'm not gonna say I believe, I know I have a story, much deeper than what, I said at the time. So, I'm going to try to, flesh it out a little bit more this time. And, let them know me a little bit better. I think one of the things that's hardest for me when I do auditions is that I don't necessarily show my personality, which is bad stuff to do at audition. Because they're like, who is this guy? Why should we choose him? Because just, being point blank and frank, as my mother says, she says beeps with voices come a dime a dozen, and the question is what makes you stand out. And, it's like, yeah, I sound all right when I sing, I may have something of a voice or whatever, but, that's it, there's like a million other people like me out there, and this audition is probably going to be at least, 10,000 me's out there, what makes me different? It's a question that I always ask myself, when I reevaluate myself and I reflect on, where I'm going and where I need to go in life. But long story short, anyway, I told them my story. It was pretty boring. I went in there, and actually, somebody told me when I went in, they said, they tried to give me some advice. I didn't take the advice very well, and I didn't make it. Again, I tried to audition a few years after that in 2007. This time, I just, went on a tour of my American Idol auditions. The first one I did was in Charleston. I think Charleston was that the first one I did? No, I think I did Atlanta. I think they did Atlanta that year. Who was it? Charleston. And you know what? I'm here trying to tell you about which audition cities I did. You can check my YouTube videos. I got a whole YouTube documentary on my, on what I did in 2007. So, I'm not even going to go into that, actually. It's going to be a button on here. I don't know where. Maybe here, maybe there, maybe right here, maybe on my face. I don't know. So, it's going to be a button somewhere where you can click and see how I did in 2007. Obviously, I didn't make it because I'm here right now. So, today I am in Houston, and the auditions are tomorrow. Things are different again, number one, the biggest difference that I see is that, they're asking us to write our story, which is something that they never did before. They just an audition I did, where they got a story, they asked us, and then they wrote it down themselves. So this is new, which is, I think, is kind of good. It gives you the chance to tell your own story. It may be something that you may forget or you may freeze up. After they pull you aside, it's good for that. Also, this time they give you a ticket. Your ticket is your place in line. Yeah, all that was necessary because I actually got here last night. Today is, what day is this? Thursday. Today is Thursday. I got here Wednesday, and whereas I could have gone and tried to sign up and register and stuff, I decided to get some rest and go to sleep. And so I slept very well last night. And I went up there today, and I just thought, it was going to be the same kind of deal. You get, your wristband, and then you just line up and fill in, which is what happened last time. Well, that's not what's going on this time. This time, your ticket tells you what your seat is, and that's where you have to sit. I don't like that. No. Yeah, anyway. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking, and I really don't want to be wrong, that, I can go to sleep and wake up and just go there early. They say you're not supposed to line up until 5 a.m. They say that every year, and people line up there at like 11 p.m. the night before. And I'm scared that's what's going to happen again. I hope not, but I don't know. So I'm thinking right now, actually, whether or not I should, go that early, or whether I should just wait until, tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. when they say you're supposed to be able to line up. I just don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. So I'm actually, I have really awesome friends, really awesome friends. I should probably look actually at the camera hole instead of looking at the picture that comes up from what I'm looking at. I have really awesome friends, and they are actually, like the reason that I was able to get out here. My homeboy Cliff, up in New Jersey, he helped me out with the plane ticket, and my boy Mark Brown, you actually can see him on the YouTube video. I may actually just link to that video. So if you want to hear Mark Brown's, I guess, how he feels about American Idol, click right here. There, that's straight. Okay. Yeah, and you can see him, and he actually, helped me out with the hotel. So I'm at the hotel right now, filling out my paperwork. I signed the, release form. Somebody sending me a kick message. I signed the release form. Basically saying that they can use my face and picture and all this other stuff. Somebody sent me a kick message again. Use all this other stuff. They can probably use everything to, put somebody else's voice on my body for all I know. And I'll be like, and the voice coming out like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, but it's TV for you, stuff happens. And if it does, I'll just be laughing about it. Because I got a sense of humor like that. I like to laugh at myself. I think if you can't laugh at yourself, life is too serious. That's random. Well, anyway, I just recorded this video, just document a little bit of the time, before the audition. This is now my 7th audition for American Idol. It says 7 is supposed to be a lucky number. I don't know. Don't want to get my hopes up. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I need positive energy, lots of positive energy. So if you want to send positive energy out to me, that would be awesome. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Yeah, so do that. And I will check back with you people later. Bye-bye.